Someone asks, if I am aware in deep sleep, then how come I don't remember being aware in deep sleep? So let's explore this. The experience of the waking state, the daydream. There's an experience of mind, body, world. The experience of the dream state, the night dream. There's an experience of mind, body, world. The experience of deep sleep. There's an experience of no body, no mind, and no world. Now see that it's only you that can confirm this. So it's not that there's no experience. It's the experiencing of no thing. It's you that's experiencing no body, no mind, no world. It's a non-phenomenal experience. There's no objects that are appearing. The activity of objects appearing is what we refer to as a phenomena. The phenomenal experience is this, the waking state. A phenomenal experience is the dream state. But deep sleep is a non-phenomenal experience. There's no activity and no appearance. There's no activity of thinking. There's no activity of the body. There's no activity of the world. The mind-body world is a phenomenal experience. The mind is an activity that is appearing. The body is an activity that is appearing. The world is an activity that is appearing. And the mind-body world is not separate. It's one activity that is appearing. So the waking state is an objective experience. The mind is an object. The body is an object. The world is an object. You are experiencing it objectively. It appears to you as an object. Thoughts appear to you as an object. This body appears to you as an object. The tree appears to you as an object. And it's the same type of experience in the sleep state or the dream state. That there's an experience of thinking and the body and the world. It's just slightly different. I often refer to it as more of a dream mind, a dream body, a dream world. The rules are a little different. In this waking state, you can't fly. But perhaps in the dream state, your night dream, you can fly. But what's the experience of deep sleep? Well, it's a non-objective experience. All objects are phenomenal. So there's no subject and object relationship. We could either say there's no subject or object in deep sleep, or we can say it's just pure subjectivity. It's the true subject. Pure experiencing, or pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure knowingness. I'm using these words all synonymously. That this is the true subject. So it's just the subject experiencing itself. The true subject is formless, is non-phenomenal. It's unchanging. It's not moving. Change equals time. It's timeless. There's no location. It's non-local. It's spaceless. No limits. No thing. That which is formless is not a thing. No thing. Forms have limits. That which is formless is limitless. It's a non-objective experience because there's no other. In this experience of the daydream, there's the appearance of other, the appearance of objects, which then creates this subject-object experience. But in truth, there are no objects. So we can say it's pure subjectivity. It's just the subject. It's just the pure experiencing itself. It's a subjective experience. Deep sleep is a subjective experience. That's why it's only you that can confirm. You can't find that answer in a book. You can't ask somebody about it. In deep sleep, there are no books. There are no others, other people. So it's not that there's an absence of experience, but it's more of there's an experience of absence. Experiencing is presence. There must be presence in deep sleep because it's you that's confirming that there's the absence of mind, body, world. There must be experiencing present in deep sleep because there's the experience of no body, no mind, no world. So there is an experience, but it's a unique experience. There's nothing else like it because it's a non-phenomenal experience. It's the experience of yourself. Deep sleep is the experience of yourself. There's no difference between deep sleep and your essential nature. So all objects disappear in deep sleep. So there's just you. And then in the waking state, the daydream, all of a sudden there's an appearance of objects. In the night dream, there's still the appearance of objects. They're just different. There's change. Change is happening. This waking state is changing. The dream state is changing, but deep sleep is changeless. It's unchanging. that which is experienced as deep sleep does not come and go. When there's identification with this body-mind that's appearing in the waking state, it sees deep sleep as a state, which it's not, and it sees it as like nothing. Like there's an absence. Tell me about deep sleep. I don't know. I'm not there. See, when we're identified as the mind, it is true. The mind is not present in deep sleep. But what you essentially are is present in deep sleep, and is present right now, and is present in the night dream. So the experience of deep sleep is like when all of the objects disappear. And when all the objects disappear, it is you, the pure experiencing, the pure awareness, the pure consciousness, the pure knowingness that is present, that remains. When everything comes to an end, which is the experience of deep sleep, all things have ended, right? There's no things that are continuing, changing, appearing. Well, when all things come to an end, it is you that remains. This is the experience of deep sleep. When all things die, you remain. You, the pure consciousness. Now, after the experience of deep sleep, there seems to be the appearance of mind-body world. You see, they come together. Here's mind-body world. Oh, the body is waking up. The mind is back online. Oh, there's a world. Now there's this activity / appearance. This is the experience of the waking state. It's an activity appearance. The dream state, it's an activity appearance. Deep sleep, no activity, no appearance. But what is it that knows that? That which knows that there's no activity / no appearance must be present to experience that. Otherwise, it would not be confirmed. So it's you, the awareness, that is ever present. It's not like you are simply present just in deep sleep and not present in the waking state. No, that presence is ever present. The awareness is ever present. The experiencing is ever present. It's eternal. There's no start, there's no end. The activity starts up in the morning, the waking state. There's a starting of the activity. Then that activity kind of changes. Well, it's always changing, but it changes as the experience of the dream state. Different body, different mind, different world. It's always changing. This activity is ever changing. And then the experience of deep sleep is, well, that activity appearance of the daydream and the night dream, well, that comes to an end. But the experiencing does not come to an end. Because it is you that's experiencing the end of activity and appearance. And this non-phenomenal, non-objective experience is bliss, or said in just normal words, it's happiness, it's love, it's peace, it's freedom. It's really indescribable. These words are only used as pointers, and these words are only used in contrast to what you are experiencing in the waking state or the dream state. That it's more of the absence of what you are experiencing. That you're experiencing the absence of suffering in deep sleep. You are experiencing the absence of separation in deep sleep. You are experiencing the absence of conflict in deep sleep. You are experiencing the absence of limitations in deep sleep. So when seen like this, these words, happiness, love, peace, and freedom, are pointing to the absence of, we can say, the typical experience, the suffering, the separation, the conflict, the limitations. But by realizing this, that what you are is present right now, then you can experience yourself, that same bliss of deep sleep, that same happiness, love, peace, and freedom of deep sleep. You can experience that in the midst of the waking state, in the midst of the dream state. As we explore further, then these kind of, what do you want to say, these states, these labels, these categories, then they even deconstruct, in the sense that we're not even referring to them as states. Because experiencing is everything. All is consciousness. Awareness is all there is. Many different ways of saying it. If these objects and activity come to an end, let's say at the end of the dream state, well, where do they go? That activity comes to rest. And what is rest? Well, rest is what you're calling deep sleep. Rest is what you are, essentially. So deep sleep is rest. As the activity comes to an end, comes to rest, the activity has disappeared, but rest remains. And it is you that is rest. This is deep sleep. And then the activity starts up as the daydream, the waking state. Well, where did that activity come from? Well, the activity comes from rest. All activity starts and ends with rest. Rest is what you essentially are. So rest is ever present. Rest is eternal. Just because the activity starts up doesn't mean that the rest has disappeared. So that rest that you experience in deep sleep is actually present right now, in the midst of this activity. So this activity is being born and dying all the time. But that which is not being born and that which never dies is what you essentially are. Now, this question of memory in deep sleep, just simply realize that you can only remember something. Right? Try remembering just right now, just go ahead and remember nothing. Remember no thing. What would that memory be like? The memory of no thing. You can't remember no thing. You can't remember nothing. Memory is an activity. Memory is an appearance. You can only remember a form. A form is something. A thing is a form. So remember what we said about deep sleep. It's the absence of forms. It's the absence of things. So there's nothing present in deep sleep to remember. And it's the mind activity that is memory. It's the mind that remembers. But remember, the mind is not present in deep sleep. So if we kind of use this analogy that the mind is like a recorder, just hit this record button. It's recording. It can record daytime. It can record nighttime dream, daytime dream. It can record. There's things that are happening in the daydream. There's things that are happening in the night dream. But now this recorder is not present in deep sleep. And not only that, there's nothing happening in deep sleep to be recorded. So you see why there's no memory of deep sleep. There's nothing to be recorded and there's no recorder. That's why there's no memory of deep sleep. But it's undeniable that you are present in deep sleep. Because it's you that's confirming that there is no recorder in deep sleep, that there's nothing happening in deep sleep. So what does this mean? Well, it's just simply pointing out your eternal nature, your immortal nature. Everything starts and ends, but you, as no thing, are eternal. Everything is born and will die, but you, as no thing, are immortal. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.